Hey everybody, this is Eric from programwitheric.com, and today I want to try something different. Here I am looking at a project I created a little bit earlier this week, and I've had some questions on what tools I use, what IDEs I use, and I really like a few Atom for sure and Vim. So I'll go ahead and show you a little bit on how to use Vim if you guys aren't familiar with it. We'll just go over some basic concepts. I thought that would be interesting. So here we can type VI, and the Vim interface comes up here. If we type in EX, we can get the Explorer, and we can then go to each directory and look around. If this was a long list, we can also search through it by pressing / and then the name of the file. For example, README. When you get inside the README here, you'll see we can navigate. The easy way to navigate inside Vim, if you don't know, is L to move right, H to move left, K to move up, and J to move down. You can start at the beginning of a line by pressing the caret key. You can move to the end of the line by pressing the $ key. So that's handy to get around. If you're at the beginning of a line, and let's say you need to go ahead and move to a certain letter, you can press F and then that letter, let's say in this case T. That brings you to the. If you need to move to the next letter, you can press the semicolon, and that'll move it to the next one. So then I can just go through all the T's here in this one line. If I needed to insert something, let's say right here I want to insert something before will, I can press I. I can then type something. And then to get out of this editor mode, you can either press escape, and that'll get you out, or let's say I'll go back in insert mode here by pressing the lowercase I. I can then hit Control C, and that also gets you out of that insert mode. You have a lot of ways to delete things. So let's say this word here, I didn't like it. I can hit DW, and that deletes the whole word. At any time, if I mess something up, I can press U, and that's undo. If I want to delete the whole line, I'll just need to get on the line itself and hit DD, and that'll delete the whole line. If I want to add a line, I can press O, and that it puts it in insert mode and puts it below the line here. If I want to insert a line above it, I can press capital O, and then that inserts above it. Hi. And I'll hit Control C here, and you can see I'm back out of it. Now let's say you have this line here, and you want to combine it with this line here. So you can see here, if I hit Insert here, and you hit backspace, that's of course one way to do it. On the other hand, you can also, if you're right here and you're not in insert mode, you can hit Shift J, and that also brings it up to the top, to that same line here. To delete individual spaces or letters, you can press lowercase x, so I can move around here. You also have the opportunity to delete more than one word at a time. So let's say I wanted to delete everything from here to the end of the line. So I can hit D, and then T, and then caret. Oops, let me try that again. D, and then caret. That's to the beginning of the line. I go D, $, that goes to the end of the line. So that's the way to do it. So D, $, will delete to the end of the line. U'd undo. So that's one way of doing it. you also have the ability to copy. So let's say I wanted to copy this whole line. I can press YY and that yanks it. And if you hit P, that pastes it. So you can go ahead and paste it right below it there. Once again, I'll hit undo and undo it. If I hit Shift P, I believe that does it above the line. So let's try that again. So I'll go ahead and yank it and do Shift P, yep, and that pastes it above the line. You can also, if you, let's say you wanted to delete these two words, you can do 2DD, oops, that's 2 lines. You go 2DW, that's 2 words. You can also do 2 lines, hit 2DD, and that deletes 2 lines at one time, which is pretty handy. Let's see here. One really important thing is you have visual mode. So let's say you hit V, that'll put you in visual mode. And from there you can highlight whatever you want. And you can hit Y, and that yanks or copies just that text that you had highlighted. You can then paste it anywhere you like, which is really handy. One thing really neat too, let's say I have all these stars here and I wanted to, I guess this is markdown, and I wanted to go ahead and tab this over. So easiest way to do that is hit Control V. You'll be in visual block mode, and then you can highlight what you need to do, is all these stars, and then there's the less than and greater than sign. So if you hit the greater than, it'll tab it forward there for you, which is really handy. Now you can actually repeat the last one you did by just pressing dot again. That actually repeats it. You can hit U to undo it, of course. So that's all really handy. So let's say let's say you wanted to add a word in front of all these stars. So you can do visual block mode, once again Control V, highlight it all, and then capital I will start the insert mode, so that I can put, let's put star star. So now we have 2 stars here. We can hit escape and then down on J, and you can see here it went ahead and added in all these stars in front of it, which is once again nice. So let's go and undo that. But let's say we wanted to add something to the end of each one of these lines. We can do it very similarly. So we'll hit Control V, we'll highlight it all. We can use the $sign to go to the end of the line. And this time we're going to hit the capital A to append, and we'll type something here. This is at the end. This is at the end of the line. Once again, hit escape and then J, and then it goes ahead and adds it to the bottom of every single one of these lines, which makes things a lot easier to do. And once again, I'll undo it. And there's one more thing we can do. Let's say if we have, we want to remove a word and change it. And we want to do that just for a certain piece of text. So we can go hit visual mode again, and we'll go ahead and highlight, I don't know, we'll go ahead and highlight this here. And then from here, you can hit colon. You can do kind of a regular expression here, where let's take the word this. How about the? And we'll replace it with just some random word here. Words, just for example. And we'll hit enter there. And now you can see everywhere there was a the has now been changed to words. Let's see here, words. By the way, anytime you're inside a document, you have a couple of hotkeys too to search. You can just hit slash and the name you want to search for. If you want to go to the beginning of the document, you can press 1 and then G, and that'll get you the first line. You can actually go to any line you want if you know the line number. There's actually a way to set line numbers up in Vim, but I turned that off. Just set numbers. Set number. There it is. So you can, if you know the line number, let's say you want to go to 24 or 35, I hit 35, and that'll get me to that place. If I want to go to the bottom of the document, hit G, capital G will get you to the bottom. If you want to go to the top, you can do 1G, and that gets you back to the top. You can do 7G, that'll get you that line. Or you can put colon and then the line number itself. And that's just an easy way of moving up and down. So that's a lot of stuff we went over, but I hope that helps you guys. So let me know if it does. Leave a message in the comments. Maybe next time we'll go over a few plugins that I use. Take care.